Chapter 6. Kess sat alone in her quarters with the financial records spread across the desk in front of her. She moved through the pages fast. To a human, it looked like she was barely reading them at all, only turning paper at impossible speed. In reality, she was capturing each page as an image and processing its contents in an instant. The door blew inward and slammed back against the wall. A man came through the opening with a pistol already up. He was fast, firing twice before he cleared the frame. The first round struck Kess high on the left side of her chest, just below the collarbone. The second punched into her abdomen. They were expanding rounds, designed to flower inside the body and tear organs apart. Kess had no organs. The bullet struck her chassis plating, flattened, and died there. The force drove through her frame and knocked her back one step. Cloth ripped across her chest and stomach. Beneath it, the plating held. Instead of the normal reaction, Kess cursed. "Motherfucker!" The curse, and her physical reaction, the fact she wasn't on the floor dying, stopped the shooter. He blinked in disbelief, trying to understand why she was still standing. He was compact, built thick through the shoulders and neck, with short hair and a flat face. He wore no mask. He didn't care if she saw his face. That told Kess the killer did not plan on leaving a witness. He couldn't know she'd already captured his image and was running it through various databases to which she had access. He wore dark clothing and soft-soled boots. Everything about him said current or former military. He fired twice more, aiming for center mass. The rounds flattened against her internal plating. His weapon was designed to kill humans. Kess was not human. He corrected his aim and brought the pistol up toward her face. Although the skull and facial structure of a Capstone 3000 were armored, the protection was lighter than the plating shielding its torso. A direct hit to the eye or temple from this distance could inflict significant damage. Kess moved. She shifted left, stepped forward, and slapped the weapon out of his hand. It skidded across the floor and came to rest against the wall. His eyes widened. Kess read shock and surprise at her speed and the force of the slap. "Who sent you? Tell me now, and I'll let you walk out of here. You'll live to kill another day," she said. His hands came up open and slightly forward. His weight shifted onto the balls of his feet. He was going to try it by hand. The first punch was a right cross that caught Kess across the jaw. Her head snapped to the side. The pain was real and immediate. Her lower lip split against her teeth and she tasted synthetic blood, the cooling fluid that ran throughout her system. He didn't wait to see if the punch had worked. He followed it with a knee to her midsection that buckled her forward and a short, chopping elbow that connected with her temple. White flashed across her visual field for a fraction of a second. The impact rattled her sensor array. He was fast and he was trained. His name came up. "Marcus Doyle," she said. "You did 4 years in the 4th Recon. You've been freelance ever since." He threw another punch. "Who hired you?" she said, slipping a punch. Kess hit him back. She caught him with a straight right hand that landed flush on his jaw and sent him into the wall. The drywall cracked behind his shoulders. His head bounced off the surface, and for a moment his eyes lost focus. But only a moment. He pushed off the wall and came back with a combination. 2 hooks and an overhand right that Kess blocked with her forearm. The hooks landed on her ribs. She felt them. The overhand glanced off her arm and clipped the side of her head. He reached for the chair beside the desk. Kess saw the motion and started to move, but he was already swinging. The chair came around in a hard, ugly arc and smashed across her right shoulder. The seat shattered. The metal frame folded at the weld and tore loose in his hands. The blow drove her sideways into the wall. He did not give her time to recover. He stepped in and kicked her left knee from the outside. The joint took the impact at the wrong angle. Internal safeguards fired too late. The knee bent farther than it should have, and something inside the mechanism slipped out of alignment. Kess went down. He came with her. His weight hit her before she reached the floor, driving the rest of the fall out of her control. They crashed against the floorboards with him on top, his knees planted on either side of her torso. His hands closed around her throat. His fingers locked behind her neck, and his thumbs dug into the front of her tracheal housing. Then he squeezed. Kess grabbed his wrists. The tendons in his forearms stood up beneath the skin. His face had gone dark with effort, his jaw clenched, his eyes fixed and furious. He knew the bullets had failed. He knew strikes alone might not finish her. Now he was trying to break whatever connected her head to the rest of her body. It was not as stupid as it looked. Kess did not breathe. There was no airway to close, no blood flow to cut off, No panic response to trigger. But her neck was not invulnerable. Beneath the synthetic skin, the cervical assembly was a compact column of sensors, conductors, stabilizers, and precision joints. It allowed her head to turn, tilt, balance, and process motion the way a human head did. It was not designed to withstand this kind of sustained, focused compression. If he kept squeezing, something would give. Kess looked up at him. His face was close to hers. She could see the veins in his temples, the sweat on his forehead, the absolute concentration in his eyes. Kess reached up and put her hand on his face. She placed her palm flat against his right cheek, almost gently. The pins deployed. 2 millimeters of neurotoxin delivery, thinner than a human hair, through the skin and into the capillary bed beneath. The paralytic compound entered his bloodstream and reached his central nervous system. His grip loosened, his arms locked at the elbows, then the shoulders. His jaw froze mid-clench. His eyes went wide and then fixed, pupils dilated, locked on her face. He toppled sideways off her and crashed onto the floor, rigid and flat on his back. His eyes locked on the ceiling above him. He was still conscious, still aware, and completely unable to move. Kess stood. She rolled her left knee through its range of motion. She wiped the blood from her lip with the back of her hand and looked at the 2 holes in her blouse. She looked down at him. "You're fucked now," she said.